Welcome to my Y&R Insider 24 update channel, everyone. Writing Shakeup puts Josh Griffith's future in question. The Young and the Restless spoilers and updates indicate that a new shift behind the scenes will have an impact on the show's writing and production. Let's talk about what this means for Josh Griffith, the CBS soap's executive producer and head writer. Josh Griffith has had a lot of balls to juggle, practically doing everything himself. Griffith is currently fulfilling the roles of both executive producer and head writer for the CBS soap, which means he's got a hefty workload to manage each day. Given the extensive effort Griffith invests in Genoa City, it's clear why he might require some support to make the show the best that it can be. Luckily, assistance has arrived in the form of Sally McDonald, who has been appointed as a co-executive producer to collaborate with Griffith in his executive producer position. You might recognize McDonald's name as she has been directing at Y&R for many years, so if you don't skip over the credits, she should be familiar. Moreover, McDonald also has experience as a production supervisor, so she is well acquainted with the CBS soap and will undoubtedly offer valuable support following her recent promotion. What do these behind-the-scenes changes mean for Josh Griffith? Regarding the implications for Josh Griffith, sources from Soap Opera Network indicate that he will be focusing more on the writing aspect of his responsibilities. With McDonald stepping in to assist him as a co-executive producer, this will allow Griffith more time to dedicate to developing stories and exploring new directions for the beloved characters. There have undoubtedly been a lot of complaints made on social media about the tedious business drama and the show's overall slow pace. Perhaps having Griffith shift his attention more towards writing will address these concerns. It's also intriguing that the show is implementing this change, which could suggest that further adjustments are on the horizon. Could Griffith's job be in jeopardy? Is Griffith's writing position at risk if this change in direction doesn't yield results? We'll have to wait and see, but numerous fans are eager to witness some transformations on screen. We are aware that at least one thrilling element is on the way with a perilous Los Angeles noir tale this October, so the show could certainly benefit from a surge of excitement. That's definitely something to anticipate, along with whatever new ideas Josh Griffith may have in store. The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that additional behind-the-scenes changes might be on the horizon, so we'll keep you posted on any significant updates that arise. Victor and Jack join forces, but Kane refuses to be counted out. The Young and the Restless spoilers document that Victor Newman, Eric Braeden, was just rejected by Kane Ashby. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, will use that to his advantage and potentially ally with his longtime nemesis, whom he famously branded the Moustache. Michael Baldwin's, Christian LeBlanc, insertion of himself into this growing battle adds to the intrigue and potential off-ramps. His firing by Kane will offer Lauren Fenmore Baldwin, Tracy Bregman, momentary relief, with fans knowing that Michael is also working with Victor. Kane's confidence in all areas suggests that Arabesque does have an artificial intelligence tool that can disrupt and dismantle any business, including the legacy businesses in Genoa City, Wisconsin. Is the artificial intelligence plot line believable? Yes, this is a believable plot line in today's world. However, more specifically, let's consider whether Newman Enterprises and Jabot's downfalls, for starters, wouldn't raise legal flags. What would Victor and Jack do if their long-standing businesses were suddenly toppled and no digital evidence existed to prove those crimes? Most importantly, they would have multiple witnesses who heard Kane state that he planned to use that machine-based weapon to go after those companies. That alone wouldn't mean he would be prosecuted, but surely a federal investigation would commence. Victor and Jack's connections would allow them to access whatever levers of power and fight back. Plus, Kane would be banking on none of his chosen allies, even those that departed, having recorded what he said or obtained some type of damaging documents. Amanda Sinclair, Michelle Morgan, would be the one person who could turn against Kane or simply believe she was stopping him from carrying out an ill-advised effort. Victor Newman and Jack Abbott should get together. Victor and Jack are natural enemies. Jack's the underdog, who's lost far more often than he's won. Like Victor repeats endlessly, Jack did inherit Jabot and didn't build it from the ground up, as is true of Newman Enterprises. Victor might not have realized that tipped Kane off to what she really thought of him because Flynn's character inherited the wealth from his late father, Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, to found Arabesque and pursue the GC takeover plan. However, both men are being threatened simultaneously. But the audience has to wonder why Kane would allow so much of his takeover plan to be known. Could it be that Kane has been coercing so many counters that have been made during the gathering at his villa in the south of France, and since, which includes anticipating that these two enemies would forge a needed alliance? Kane Ashby's heart can be changed. Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. Yes, she is the two-word sentence that answers this subject header and what looms over the heads of many in this city. Kane desperately wants to reconcile with her and their children as well. So, Lily holds the power to stop his plan if she offers real hope that getting back together is a reasonable expectation. She wouldn't have to remarry him immediately. Just offering an opening to her heart, which appears to already be there, could prevent what would be an irreversible set of takedowns. Lily is the love of Kane's life. If he is still hers, then there is a chance that love prevents war on Y&R. This site is a leading source for everything linked to the young and the restless. Check back regularly for Y&R spoilers and news, backstabber drama, detective revelations, and ex-wife's surprising insights. According to the latest news and spoilers for the young and the restless, we can anticipate shocking betrayals, a diligent detective, and an ex-wife with reason to believe. Exciting events are on the horizon in Genoa City, so let's delve into some thrilling storylines that are being planned. Backstabbing consequences for two enemies. First, there's a perilous alliance about to form between Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, and Victor Newman, Eric Braeden. These two adversaries are taking a significant risk with potentially severe backstabbing repercussions. It's refreshing to see Victor and Jack united for a change, especially considering the numerous conflicts they've had in recent months. Although Jack and Victor will work together to defeat Billy Flynn's Kane Ashby, this harmony is unlikely to last. Y&R fans should brace themselves for a betrayal at some point, as Victor might be the one to break the truce first against Jack. This could trigger Jack to retaliate, leading this partnership to devolve into an even more intense version of their ongoing feud in the future. New case, new detective, deep dive. October will usher in an intriguing storyline in Los Angeles, promising to present numerous puzzle pieces as a new detective delves into a complex case. Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, will find himself in trouble and will require his parents' help, prompting Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, to step in and support him. However, the involvement of the police is inevitable, leading to the introduction of Matt Cohen as the charming and curious Detective Burrow. While Sharon and Nick will play significant roles in aiding Noah, Detective Burrow is sure to be an essential figure in the unfolding drama. Keep an eye out for updates regarding Detective Burrow's possible efforts to capture Sienna Bacall, played by Tamara Braun, and Roger Howarth, who will be the antagonists in this upcoming storyline. The ex-wife finds evidence to support fans are well aware that Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, continues to assert that a reconciliation with Kane is out of the question. Yet, the term never stretches out for quite a while, particularly in soap operas. The harder Lily attempts to persuade herself that she has completely moved on from Kane, the more probable it is that she will eventually allow herself to love him again. However, Kane must stop chasing his own selfish ambitions and scheming destruction if he ever wants to win Lily back. In spite of Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, attempts to unleash Kane's negative traits and tendencies, Lily will choose to see the best in him instead. Lily can see the good Kane is inside her ex-husband somewhere. When Lily looks into Kane's eyes, she sometimes sees a fleeting glimpse of the man she used to love, so she knows that Kane is still good. The challenge lies in genuinely connecting with that man and persuading Kane to abandon his power-hungry Aristotle Dumas behavior. It won't be simple to give Kane a genuine wake-up call. However, there remains a chance for true love between Lily and Kane, which will eventually motivate Lily to fight for it. According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, these plotlines promise to bring a wealth of shocking revelations and intense drama, so keep watching. Catch up on everything that is going on right now with Y&R. Come back here often for The Young and the Restless spoilers, news, and updates. Writing Shakeup puts Josh Griffith's future in question, what it means for The Young and the Restless. The world of soap operas is not just about the dramatic storylines unfolding on screen, it is also about the intricate machinery that runs behind the scenes, shaping the way characters evolve, stories are told, and plots are twisted into unforgettable arcs. In the case of The Young and the Restless, one of CBS's most enduring daytime dramas, that machinery has been heavily reliant on one man for quite some time, Josh Griffith. As both executive producer and head writer, Griffith has been juggling two massive responsibilities simultaneously, essentially holding two of the most powerful and most demanding positions on the show. This dual role has allowed him to shape Genoa City in very distinct ways, but it has also stretched him thin, creating a situation where creative energy and logistical control may sometimes collide. Now, with the arrival of Sally MacDonald in the role of co-executive producer, the balance of power and responsibility is shifting. Fans and industry insiders alike are asking, does this shakeup signal an opportunity for better storytelling, or is it the beginning of an end for Griffith's tenure? For years, Griffith has been the focal point of praise and criticism alike. His ability to keep the show moving during difficult times, particularly when the industry was adjusting to pandemic-era limitations, is commendable. At the same time, many viewers have voiced frustration over the pace of certain storylines, especially the heavy emphasis on corporate battles that sometimes overshadow the personal, romantic, and scandalous plots that have traditionally kept audiences glued to their screens. As social media has shown, fans crave action, romance, betrayal, and the unexpected twists that only soap operas can deliver, yet they often feel bogged down by lengthy business discussions inside Newman Enterprises boardrooms or Jabot's executive offices. The fact that some of Griffith's responsibilities have been redistributed suggests that CBS is paying attention and is trying to find a new balance between business intrigue and the emotional fireworks that have always been Y&R's forte. Since Sally MacDonald has worked on The Young and the Restless before, her promotion is especially noteworthy. A longtime director with years of experience on the show, MacDonald knows the rhythms of Genoa City, the nuances of the characters, and the tone that longtime fans expect. More importantly, she has also worked as a production supervisor, which means she understands the nuts and bolts of how to get a show produced efficiently and effectively. By giving her the co-executive producer title, CBS has ensured that Griffith no longer has to carry the entire executive load alone. This frees him to lean more heavily into the creative side of his work, focusing on story development, character arcs, and narrative pacing. According to reports, Griffith will now concentrate more fully on writing, which may be exactly what the show needs to address criticisms and re-energize its storytelling. The question remains, however, if this adjustment doesn't improve ratings or fan sentiment, will Griffith's future at the soap be in jeopardy? That uncertainty lingers over every development at the moment, especially with October promising a major noir-inspired arc set in Los Angeles. Fans know that soaps thrive on experimentation. Sometimes daring storylines fall flat, while other times they reignite a fanbase and launch characters into unforgettable directions. If Griffith can make this next chapter sing, it could solidify his legacy and prove that his creative instincts are still sharp. If not, CBS may feel pressure to bring in fresh voices, particularly since daytime television is more competitive than ever with streaming platforms and new forms of serialized entertainment vying for audience attention. For now, Griffith's role is both essential and precarious, a paradox that mirrors many of the storylines he himself pens. But as the behind-the-scenes dynamics shift, Genoa City itself is also shifting in ways that mirror the instability off-camera. On screen, longtime rivals Victor Newman and Jack Abbott are making the unlikeliest of alliances in response to a new, modern threat, Kane Ashby and his powerful artificial intelligence tool. Kane's emergence as a ruthless and tech-savvy opponent has altered the landscape of Genoa City's corporate wars, injecting a futuristic element into a genre often grounded in family feuds, hidden affairs, and old vendettas. By wielding AI as a weapon capable of dismantling entire companies, Kane represents both a timely reflection of real-world anxieties and a bold narrative experiment. His plan targets Newman Enterprises and Jabot, the twin pillars of business dominance in Genoa City, and by doing so, he forces Victor and Jack into an uneasy partnership, one that fans are both excited and wary about. The irony, of course, is that Victor and Jack have spent decades locked in battle. They are natural enemies, defined by grudges that go back generations. Victor, the self-made mogul who built Newman Enterprises from the ground up, has always looked down on Jack, dismissing him as a man who inherited his company rather than earned it. In contrast, Jack has fought valiantly to prove himself, frequently losing more than he has won. Their relationship is built on rivalry, betrayal, and occasionally, respect, but it has rarely ventured into genuine collaboration. Yet Kane's threat is big enough to push them into unfamiliar territory. If Kane truly possesses technology capable of erasing companies without leaving a digital trace, then both Newman and Jabbo stand on shaky ground. The fact that Kane is so confident about his plan suggests that he is not bluffing. However, it also raises the question of why he is so open about his strategy. Has he anticipated that Victor and Jack would eventually team up, and is he playing a longer game than anyone realizes? The complicated heart of Kane is at the center of everything. His love for Lily Winters, despite his ambition and arrogance, remains a significant vulnerability. Despite everything, Kane still dreams of reuniting with Lily and rebuilding their family. And herein lies the most soap-worthy twist: Lily might be the only person who can stop him. While Victor and Jack marshal their resources and prepare for war, Lily holds the emotional leverage that could end Kane's plan before it reaches its destructive climax. Love, forgiveness, and second chances have long been themes in The Young and the Restless, and this storyline appears poised to test whether those ideals can prevail over power, revenge, and greed. If Lily extends even the smallest possibility of reconciliation, Kane might abandon his crusade. But if she rejects him completely, his bitterness could drive him to push the AI weapon to its fullest potential, unleashing devastation on the two families that symbolize Genoa City's legacy.